Hey, I'm back. I have an update for Castle Dain. I'm up to 0.5. As always, this is downloadable, so I have a download link, in the description so you can try it out, either on an actual Apple II computer or if you have an emulator, you can do that as well. I encourage you, if you haven't already, take a look at some of the previous videos where I have 0.1 and so on, all the way up to 0.5. And I kind of explain the game in more detail on how to play it and things like that. I'm just going to briefly talk about some of the updates. As always, if you do download it, keep in mind that a joystick is required. So if you're using an actual Apple II, make sure you get a joystick. If you're using an emulator, there's a way around that where you can switch it to use the keyboard. So in this update, I have completed up to the 5th level in the castle. And that's as high as I'm going to go, so it's the final level. The only thing I haven't done in the final level is the final boss. So I've done all the rooms for the level and the monsters. I added 4 different monsters. Those monsters, by the way, are a lesser dragon, a mud golem, a cerulean orc, and a wandering eye. So I added some monsters, added the rooms, even the final room, which is the throne room. I just have to work on that final boss, which is the wizard. Always seems to be a wizard at the end of a RPG. So where do I go from here? So from here, I'm obviously going to have to deal with certain things. I'm not sure which order I'm going to do these, but definitely the final boss I want to work on. Also, the code is getting a little bloated. I can cut down the code, I just have to take some time. My goal is to just keep this on a one-sided disc, 5 1/4 inch disc. I don't want, flipping the disc or anything like that. So if I can that's my goal for this, is just to keep it on one side of a disc. Taking a look at the code, and now that I know a little bit more about coding, I'm not a pro at it at all. This is my first assembly language program. I'm kind of understanding it a little bit better, so hopefully I can go back and work on the code and trying to get it so I can fit more, because I'm eventually going to run out of room. Other things I want to work on is I want to work on the save option. There's no way to save the game right now. I do have an option and one of the menus where it says, save game, and if you click on it, it says that, that feature is not available yet. So I definitely want to work on a save option. Another thing, I've talked about this in a previous video, is perhaps changing the dot, like the adventure dot, into a little person that runs around. So I've experimented with that a little bit, and haven't gotten it to work exactly the way I want it, so I may revisit that. Something else I want to do is balance the statistics. So you've got your strength, dexterity, vitality, and in the beginning when you start out, it's kind of a difficult game. It's easy to, get hurt and die and things like that. So, which, should be for an RPG. It shouldn't be too difficult, but it shouldn't be too easy. So I do have to work on the balance, because once your statistics get up to about, I don't know, if you have like a strength of 75 or a dexterity of 75, it seems like it's much easier to kill the monsters, and they don't really put up much of a fight. So I kind of want to balance the statistics so the game is not too easy once you get really powerful. And then finally, I want to give an option for keyboard control, because I know not everybody has a joystick, that has an Apple II. They're kind of hard to come by nowadays, and there's different things that you can buy that kind of emulate it and things like that. But it'd be nice to have a keyboard option where you can use, I even have to think about which keys to use. Do I use like the left arrow, right arrow, and the AZ for up, down, left, right, or do I do the WASD? So I kind of have to think about how I want to do the keyboard controls if I have that as an option. So as you can see, this is version 0.5, and there's a lot of different things that I can add to it. Obviously this is taking a long time, and it's just kind of a project that I do on the side when I have some extra free time, so I'm not really rushing to get it done. I really enjoy kind of making it is the fun part. You know, just making it and trying to figure out the code and how to get it to do what I need it to do. So that's what I've been working on so far. So once again, if you want to try it out, I have this as a download. I hope you enjoy it. And just thanks for watching.